So I finally did it. I put sleep earbuds with built-in sleep tracking to the real test. Not just one night, not just a quick review. I'm talking about night after night, tracking not only the numbers, but how I actually felt when I woke up. Because for me, the question was never, how accurate are these earbuds? It was, do they help me understand myself better? Do the numbers match what my body already knows? That's what I was really testing. The first thing I noticed when I started using them was how quickly I started paying more attention. Not just to the screen in the morning, but to myself in the moment. The earbuds were subtle, quiet, comfortable, and at first I barely felt them. But as they tracked my sleep cycles and gave me feedback each morning, I found myself starting to notice the patterns, not just in the data, but in my breath, my thoughts before bed, my energy the next day. It was like a mirror, not just of my sleep, but of how I was living. And here's the thing. Sometimes the earbuds told me exactly what I expected. Nights when I'd gone to bed anxious and restless, the data showed light, interrupted sleep. That made sense. It validated what I already felt. But other times, the earbuds would tell me I had a good night, even though I'd woken up feeling off. And that's where it got interesting, because those moments reminded me that sleep is more than just stages and scores. It's also emotional, spiritual, relational. Sometimes the body rests, but the heart doesn't. And no device can fully capture that. But that contrast, the data versus the feeling, actually helped me grow. It pushed me to get curious. I'd ask myself, why do I feel unrested when the numbers say I slept well? What's going on under the surface? And on the flip side, why do I feel great even though the data looks average? Those questions brought me closer to myself. They made sleep less of a performance and more of a dialogue. The earbuds weren't giving me answers, they were giving me openings, places to listen more deeply, places to reconnect. There was one night I won't forget. I'd had a long day, emotionally drained, mentally foggy, but physically I was still quiet. I thought I'd have a terrible night's sleep. I went to bed late, felt heavy in my chest, and honestly I expected to toss and turn. But when I woke up, I felt clear. My mind was calm, my body relaxed, and for the first time in a while, I felt like I'd slept through something. Not escaped it, but moved through it. Then I looked at the earbuds report. It said I had a lot of REM, not much deep sleep. On paper, it didn't look ideal, but in my body, it felt like healing. That moment taught me something big. Data doesn't always tell the full story, but it invites you into it. Then came the opposite. Another night, I followed every good habit. I went to bed early, no screens, no caffeine. I even meditated before sleep, but I woke up feeling foggy and off. The earbuds gave me a great score, long stretches of deep sleep, high recovery markers. Still, my energy wasn't there, and instead of dismissing the data or distrusting myself, I took it as an invitation to look deeper. Was I carrying emotional tension that I wasn't aware of? Did something in my day linger into the night, even if my body had technically rested? Those were the questions I wouldn't have asked without both the tracking and the contrast. The earbuds were accurate enough to reflect the surface, but my awareness filled in the rest. That's the beauty of this kind of real-world testing. It's not about deciding whether the earbuds are right or wrong. It's about asking, how do these numbers help me understand myself better? Because sleep isn't just a thing your brain does. It's a reflection of how safe you feel, how connected you are, how much you've let go. And these earbuds, while they won't solve your stress or stop your overthinking, They can show you the patterns. They can say, hey, did you notice that on nights when you journal, your deep sleep increases? Or that your REM dips every time you skip dinner? Those little insights add up, not in a controlling way, in a compassionate one. They become part of your language with your own nervous system. And that's where the accuracy becomes meaningful, not just in the numbers themselves, but in how they guide your attention. A tracking feature that picks up micro movements or changes in heart rate might not always be precise down to the second, but it might point you towards something real, a pattern, attention, a signal that you need more care, more quiet, more breath. And when you listen to those signals, not just the metrics, but the messages, you begin to trust yourself more deeply. So after nights and nights of testing sleep earbuds with built-in tracking, here's what I really learned. Accuracy is not about perfection, it's about reflection. It's not about having every number match exactly how I feel. It's about having a window, a starting point, a way to notice more deeply. These earbuds didn't just give me stats, they gave me pause. They gave me space to ask myself, what's really going on in my body, in my heart, in my breath? And sometimes, the earbuds confirmed what I already knew. Other times, they surprised me. But every single time, they helped me pay attention. They helped me build a rhythm, not of chasing better scores, but of meeting myself with more curiosity, more compassion, more care. I started to see patterns I wouldn't have seen otherwise. Not because the earbuds were magic, but because they gave me just enough feedback to support my own awareness. They helped me learn when my stress was lingering into the night, when my routines were helping or hurting, when I needed to slow down a little more. And that's what I think real accuracy looks like. Not numbers you blindly obey, but signals you learn to interpret. Sleep tracking, when done with gentleness, becomes something more than data. It becomes a kind of listening, a way of noticing, a quiet, steady practice of saying, I care about how I feel. I care about how I rest. And that, more than any algorithm, is what helps us heal. So if you're thinking about trying sleep earbuds with built-in tracking, don't just ask, how accurate are they? Ask, what kind of relationship with rest do I want? Because these tools aren't just about performance, they're about presence. They're not about making you sleep right. They're about giving you space to feel safe enough to let go. And if this reflection resonated with you, if you felt seen in any part of this journey, then I'd love to invite you to join me here. On the Daily Health Shift, we explore how small tools can support big changes, how sleep, breath, stillness, and softness can reshape the way we live. We don't chase perfection here. We honor the practice. We welcome the pause. So hit subscribe if that's something you want to be a part of. Share this video with someone who's been trying to fix their sleep but hasn't been taught how to feel into it yet. And tonight, whether you track or not, whether you wear earbuds or simply listen to your breath, just remember this. Your rest is not a luxury, it's a language. Your body is always speaking, you just have to listen. This is the Daily Health Shift. Sleep gently, track with kindness, and I'll see you in the next one.